Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. So as promised, I will be getting back to you soon with a new life update. So today is July 10th, 2017. It is also day 1 of my IUI cycle. So if you don't know what IUI is, it is, I don't know what IUI is. I totally just froze. So if you don't know what IUI is, that is intrauterine insemination. So as you know, I'm single, but I'm at that age where I'm ready to have a family. And when I left you off the last time, I kind of hinted at, I don't see myself getting married anytime soon. I don't really want to even date right now. Like, I'm happy where I am in my life, being single and just loving all of the freedom that I have as a single person. However, I have always promised to not have children until I was married. So when I left you off, you were left off with my adoption story and pretty much that failure, but I kind of gave you a little hint as to what was coming. And that is me starting a process of insemination where I will still be able to give birth to children without having to be in a relationship, without having to be married. So today is day 1, July 10th. I actually thought that I was going to have my IUI in June. That was my plan, was for me to have it in June. And that didn't work out, and that'd be a whole separate video in itself. You know my track record by now, if you know me. Things don't always work out for me in a positive way. Like, I always have to take the obstacle course to get to a destination that I can see 2 feet away from me. It takes me the long way to get there. So here we are now in July. So my plan as a teacher was to start the IUI process over the summer. I had given myself 3 months, June, July, and August, to get pregnant. So I don't know when you're gonna see this. I don't even know if anybody's gonna ever see it. If you're seeing it, that either means that I'm already pregnant, or that means that it was not successful. And like I said, I will get into that. That's a whole nother video in itself. But this video is going to just be me going along the process day to day, almost like my IUI diary, so that I have something to look back on. But I definitely wanted to start it off on day 1 so that it could be official. Like, this is it. And I'm so hoping that when you're looking at this video that I am pregnant. Like, I really hope that that's the case and not we're trying all over again. But either way, I'm gonna share my journey, because having YouTube videos to go to inspired me to do this, and I just wanted to add another take on an IUI. Every video that I've seen, and I'm not saying all the videos of women having IUI were this case, but all the videos that I had seen of women having their IUIs done were in a relationship, whether it was a same-sex relationship or a heterosexual relationship. They were all in relationships. So I think my video might be one of the first ones out there of a single, independent woman trying to go out and do this on her own. So I wanted to make sure that I documented that way that all those other single women out there, all the single ladies who want to have children, who are trying to wait till they're married, can know that, hey, this too is something you can do on your own. I inspired so many people to start the adoption process, or to even start the foster care process, who are single, and even single men, regardless of how my situation turned out. And I'm still not putting adoption completely on hold. Like, that's something I figure I can do later on in my life. Like, I can't get pregnant for the rest of my life. I'm not like a man who could just be like, hey, I'm 60, let me go have a baby. Whereas with adoption, I can do that later. I can't have babies forever. Like I said, I'm not dating. I haven't dated for over a year. Before that relationship, it was 2 years. And so I took a vow to be abstinent, and I have been abstinent for several years now. So even if I was dating, me becoming pregnant is just not something that would happen. So I want to make sure that I wasn't giving up on my dream to becoming a mom, to give birth. And in this journey, you will see some of the obstacles that I've already had to overcome to even get this far, and still hoping and praying and wishing that I can still conceive and I can still give birth to healthy babies. I'm hoping to have several pregnancies through IUI within the next couple years. So this is just day one of this journey that I started back in February, and I'm so excited for what's to come. And well, by the time you see this, we will already know something. we will either have had a successful IUI, or we will be trying again for another round of IUI, which I hope is not the case because it's really expensive. But yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that I updated you guys and that I start this IUI diary on day one. And I will be taking you with me this week. Tomorrow I have to go get an MRI for a cyst, which I'll probably talk about tomorrow, that I had when I danced for the 76ers. I had found it then, and of course it came up that it's still there on my right ovary. So I have to have an MRI for that tomorrow. Wednesday is my day 3, so I'll be going to my fertility clinic to get my blood work and my ultrasound done. So that blood work will determine if I have to get on any medication like Clomid or Femera to help with producing follicles. However, when my first day at my fertility clinic, when I had my ultrasound, they found five follicles, five follicles. That was just like so exciting. There was 2 follicles in my right ovary, and that's again the one that has the cyst, and then there were 3 in my left ovary. So I was already producing 5 follicles, which was like, oh my gosh, I'm fertile. I'm like super fertile, because a lot of women my age might produce 1, might not. So it's like, okay, I have 5 then. So Wednesday we go for the ultrasound and blood work. The blood work's gonna check my hormones and everything else. And then Friday, I have a surgery. And then I'll probably talk more about that on my Thursday's diary or either Friday. Not sure how much of this part I'm gonna get to document, because I don't know, like I just don't know, especially with my fertility clinic. They might allow me to document it, but that part we don't know. But we'll see. I mean, you'll see. Just keep watching and you'll get to see what all I was able to document. But thanks for joining me on this process, and I really hope that I'm able to gather enough throughout this to inspire other women to do it. Not necessarily the way that I'm doing it, but just to do it. If you're single, you know, to just go out there to pursue your dreams of becoming a mom without having to jeopardize your values and your beliefs and your morals. Like, you can still do it. So yeah, so I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning as we're on our way to go get our MRI on my section. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. We are on our way to the medical center so that I can have my MRI done. we are done with the MRI. That took a long time to be stuck in that tunnel with all of that noise, but it was fine. I was actually trying to go to sleep while I was in there, just because I knew I was going to be in there, he said, for about 45 minutes. I didn't get my results, but the fertility clinic should have that tomorrow. And so I had the MRI done because of the cyst that's on my right ovary. And I found that cyst 15 years ago while I was dancing for the 76ers. I had gotten really sick at one of the games. By the end of the night, I couldn't even move. Like, I was stuck in a corridor on the ground in fetal position. Got rushed to the hospital because that whole night I just thought it was an upset stomach. I was like, I just need to use the bathroom. Like, I tried to make myself throw up, I tried to make myself use the bathroom, and couldn't figure out why I was having such an upset stomach. And then as I'm getting ready to leave the arena, I'm like on the floor in pain and got rushed to the emergency room. So I was in an emergency room that night, and this was in November. So pretty much the beginning of the season. So I was in an emergency room all that night, and they were trying to figure out what was wrong. They kept asking if I was pregnant, and I was abstinent. So I was like, I'm definitely not pregnant. So they did all these pregnancy tests and all these other tests to try to figure out what was wrong with me. And by the end of it all, they found out that I had a cyst on my right ovary that had ruptured, and the secretion is what made me get sick. So here we are now, 2017, and the first day that I went to meet the fertility doctor, she gave me an ultrasound and I had blood work done. But while she was giving me the ultrasound, they had looked at my ovaries to see, you know, what they were looking like and if I had follicles, and that's how I knew I had 5 follicles. So while they were looking at my right ovary, the doctor was like, oh, well, there's a cyst. And I'm like, it's still there. Like, I had thought the cyst was gone. I hadn't had any problems with it, nothing, like no pain, nothing, no symptoms associated with having a cyst on my right ovary. Other than when I was ovulating on the right side, I would feel cramping, but that's normal. Like, people feel cramping when they're ovulating because your ovaries are releasing an egg. Other than that, I had no symptoms. I'm thinking the cyst is gone. So at that appointment, the doctor was like, oh, but it's fine because you're still able to produce those 2 follicles. So here I am thinking everything's okay, and this is why we didn't do the IUI in June. So it's days before I'm supposed to, I think it was like around day 12 or such, when I went in. I'm thinking that's me going in to have, you know, my last blood work and ultrasound done before my IUI, and the doctor's like, oh, we need to see about the cyst, and that's why I had to go get this MRI done today. So I was sent to the hospital that night that I left the doctor. I went to the hospital that night to have them do an ultrasound. So their ultrasound would be more detailed to see the cyst. And the girls sent back the result as it being a complex cyst. So even though the cyst had been there for all that time, it hadn't grown, because when it was found 15 years ago, it was the size of a golf ball. This year, it was less than a centimeter. So I'm like, it clearly hasn't grown. It's just dormant. It's just sitting there. But because the technician returned my ultrasound back as a complex cyst, my doctor's like, we need to make sure that it's not cancerous. I'm pretty sure it's not, because it's been there for so long, but we need to rule that out. So $660 later, I've had my MRI done. I'm more certain that it's not cancerous. I have no signs of having cancer. Like I said, I've had no pain from it. Even the MRI technician today kept saying, well, have you had any pain? I'm like, no, I thought it was gone. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow on our way to the fertility clinic to have the blood work done and an ultrasound done, and hopefully to have my results in from the MRI. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday, July 12th, and I just went in because today is day 3 of my cycle. So I just went into the fertility clinic to have my ultrasound and blood work done. I won't get my blood work results back until later today. So with the ultrasound, all they were looking for were to see if I had, if there were any cysts on my ovaries, and we already know that I have the cyst on my right ovary, which of course she was able to see. And then they were looking at the lining of my uterus just to make sure that I'm producing enough lining so that when it's time to conceive, there's enough lining there for implantation with the embryo. So still don't know what time my surgery is on Friday, and like I said, today is Wednesday. I asked them before I left, and it's not on file, and the person who does the scheduling wasn't there yet. So that's like a big inconvenience because I need someone to take me and bring me home because I will be put to sleep. So it's kind of like, it's always some kind of disappointment with this clinic, and for all the money that I'm paying and just the whole situation. Like, you're a fertility clinic and you're dealing with people, families who are not having an easy time conceiving. Like, this is a stressful time and a stressful situation, but every time I'm dealing with this clinic, they're always adding extra stress. Like, it's always a disappointment. The only positive thing I had with them was my first day visit. Like, that was the only positive experience I've had with this clinic. So it's like really frustrating, and I'm trying to keep myself nice and calm and relaxed because I don't need to be stressed out. Like, the last thing I need is stress. Stress hinders conception. So I'm trying to keep myself relaxed, but it's just so frustrating. But yeah, so I'll catch you up later today, hopefully, when I find out the results of my blood work. And yeah. Alright, so we are here for the surgery. That's Jasmine. Hi. Not looking forward to it. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry. You gotta say something. Oh. Can they like have this set up? I don't know. Oh. This is really cool. What'd you say? Watch the whole thing. I need to see what y'all did. I need to see what happened. Like, make sure you took it out. Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? Good. Hey guys, so it is Friday night. I had my surgery this morning. Everything went well, and I am cleared to go with the day 12 next Friday. July 21st will be my day 12 ultrasound and blood work. So today I had the little polyp removed from my uterus, and here's a picture of it, several pictures of it, and to me, I think it looks like a planet. So for me, it looks like a planet in outer space. Yeah, so she said that this was a better picture of it where you could really see it. So I don't know how clear you guys can see it. But yeah, I just was like, wow, the little thing in my uterus looks like a planet. But they're gonna send it to be tested clearly for them to figure out what it is. but it's gone. I feel fine. No major complications after the surgery. Not even really serious cramps. I mean, I am still on my cycle anyway, so like I didn't have any extra bleeding or cramping or anything. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. I am going to end this week's vlog today. So I will not be back with a new vlog until next week on day 12, because there's really nothing else on the schedule between now and then. Really, it's supposed to be from day 3 till then, but you know that I still had to go in for the surgery today. And I had my MRI the other day, and the doctor also mentioned that she didn't get those results back, so I don't know why she hadn't. She should have, but yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I wanted to update you guys on that. I know I look probably drained and horrible because I'm like tired. You know, I did have anesthesia today, so, and I have not put on makeup at all pretty much all of this week. But yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys on that, and I will go ahead and end this here. So the next video that I will make will be the week of the IUI, because according to my cycle, Friday will be day 12, and that's when I have the ultrasound and blood work, and then I will be ovulating 2-3 days after that. So that's when the IUI, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's like less than 2 weeks away. Like, it's pretty much just a week away. I cannot believe it. Like, it's finally coming. It's been a short journey, but it's been the longest 5 months of my life to get to this. Like, almost 6 months to get here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Thank you so much for joining my journey, and as always, thumbs up if you like it, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.